guys, I'm back. Dolly 152. 21-inch Sandvik hard nose. I've just been, it's a fair walk, that's all. It's probably not a very good log to be cutting, showing you guys this saw, but so the story is I got it off me mate, swapped him my 038 Magnum, the one I did the bottom end rebuild on the channel, for this saw, because he's just had a baby and he wants, he wanted the chain brake for safety. It's his first child, so we all know where he's coming from with that. So he swapped me the saw. Basically, I haven't cleaned it yet, but it's in as received condition. So basically, every time you go cut a load of wood, you cut for 10-15 minutes and it'd cut out, it'd lose spark. You'd have to wait for it to cool down, which is a good half an hour to 40 minutes, and then you can start it up and go again for another 10-15 minutes. So I swapped him. I did the same thing I did for the 041 electronic repair on another coil, and it didn't work. So another ignition system, the capacitor repair, didn't work. I spent all day Friday on this saw get it to spark again. I didn't use the actual ignition out of this saw. I used a ignition plate and coil from a Points 041 setup that I got many years ago. It had a little single tab ignition chip on it, but I used that chip in something else a couple of years ago. I don't know if it's on the channel or not. So I found that coil plate with the coil on it just Friday or Thursday night, whatever it was. Put the same chip that it was on it, like I got new ones on it, back on here. She'd fire, but when you rev it and you release the trigger, it'd start firing as it's coming down, like it'd keep firing as it's coming down in the revs. So I found out it was retarded. There's another guy, I forget his name, but he buys the newer version module from Sagan Spezi for an 056, and I had a look at that actual plate, and it advances the coil 30 degrees. So on these, I don't know if you know, but the coil sits here, and on the replacement electronic one they sell now aftermarket, the coil sits here, so you can't move the plate that's in here only a little bit. So I advanced it as far as it'd go. These saws have two timing marks on the flywheel and a top dead center mark on the case inside. So I had to remove the key and advance the flywheel to the top dead center mark to top dead center, which actually gives you your 30 degrees before top dead center. So it's around about 28, 29 degrees before now. So it's advanced maybe 2 degrees. And this is where we are now. So I've got to replace this. I've got another rear handle at home. The spring's gone. So sometimes when I release the trigger, it activates high idle like it just did then. So I just got to flick it again and she's coming back down to idle. So I want to see, the chain's probably not the best. I did spend an hour and a bit last night on it, sharpening it, doing the rakers. But this is just to get the bass tune happening now, and then I'll whack the 25 inch bar off the 070 clone onto this and the chain, but I've got to use the chain on another saw yet. So let's see how we go. Also, I want to add, when I did this ignition repair, it brought the spark back that bright. I had to retune it. It was rich, like beyond rich. It wouldn't even idle, just go bup, 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 bup. I will put a shorts up if you guys want to, or I'll put the video of just when I've worked out the timing into this video, probably right now, so you guys could see. And now we'll get into it. I'll have to retune because I think it's a little bit rich, and it does pull back on the hand a little bit. Very rich. With a 21 inch we're at tractor 25 on it, I'll go over to the other tree, it's a bit bigger. Jesus, I can't bloody get that open. Well, there you go, guys. It's lasted longer than it did last time. Chain's not the best. I'll give you a look. The teeth on the right hand side are bigger than the other. That's bloody hot. So you see this side's, oh, I don't know who sharpened it before when old mate had it, but I think it was used on a, oh, look at this. I'll give you I'll talk out of frame. That'll be a good thumbnail. So the bar came from me. It was, if you go have a look at the shorts very early in the channel, this bar was mounted to my S10 that I restored. And my mate Ryan, he bought 3 chains for it. Well, actually I bought them. I sent him the listing, or some eBay listing, the Jono and Jono or Hurricane chains. But I think Ryan took it to a shop and they used a grinder to sharpen it. So for some reason the left-hand teeth are worn down half the amount of the right. So it's not the best chain. It's an early Hurricane. They're soft steel. You can already see some marks on the top plates. That one there has got scratches on it. So whatever's in the middle of that's wearing the chain out. So I'll be wary of that for the next saws. I might go over to the other tree. And I think she's out of bar oil as well. But that was just a test to see if the ignition would last longer than 10 minutes. See if the chain would cut straight, which it kind of is. And she's out of fuel, so I've got to get I need pliers to get the bloody caps off. For some reason they tighten themselves more than what you tighten them. And as you can see, the gullet is still in from where it was ground on the however they sharpened it. I sharpened it last night, brought the hook back. That tooth's blunt now. Yeah, she's fairly blunt. It's a semi-chisel chain, guys, soft steel. This was early on in the Hurricane deal, but they've come a long way since then. Anyhow, guys, not sure what I'll run next. Maybe I'll run all the saws I've worked on over the week, and then we'll get on into the steel clones. And I want to get some more of the S10 on film. Back in a jiffy, guys. Thanks for watching. Thumbs up.